Hey guys, it's been a little while since I've done any kind of video introducing myself, so I figured it was time to do it again. I think the last time I did this was my 5K special, and I'm, way past that now, so let's do this again. For anybody who's new around here, howdy, I'm Cyprus. I'm a digital and traditional artist who mainly draws dragons. When I draw digitally, I use Krita, a free program, and both a screen tablet and a drawing tablet. I switch between them depending on what I want. When I draw traditionally, I use watercolor and rudimentary pencils and inks for the most part. I haven't been around for very long, I think maybe 2.5 years at this point, but I have been drawing for about 6 years. I live in Texas where the coolest it gets during the summer is 75 degrees, and everybody rides horses to work and raises chickens. Okay, I'm kidding about the last two things, but messing with people is really fun. And this video is just going to introduce my Sona and answer some of the questions I get asked the most. Cyprus is my Sona, and she's actually not my first one. My first Sona was Starfin, a Seawing. Seawings are one of my favorite tribes actually, so this makes a lot more sense than Cyprus. Looking back, I have no idea why I made Cyprus mostly Leafwing. She's a hybrid, so she's 3/4 Leafwing and 1/4 Seawing. In hindsight, I think it was because I like the Leafwing design a lot, but by now she's grown on me, so I'm not going to change it. Blue is my favorite color, but this bright green shade has really grown on me, so here we are. Cyprus has changed a lot over the years, and one thing that I've noticed is that she's gotten brighter and brighter. The original green that I chose was much duller than this color. This kind of parallels the changes in my art as well, since I used to prefer a more sedate, serious style, but as I found myself growing in my art, I started really getting into the more chibi, cutesier styles. Again, this is weird because I don't really get into cutesy stuff, but I love my art style. Another thing I've noticed changing about Cyprus is her style in general. When I first designed her, as you can see, she was very tall and athletically built, totally differently shaped from how I draw her now. It's very different from my own body type. Over time, she's grown shorter and a little bit thicker, in part to suit the style, but in part because that is a closer mirror to my own body type. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with it, which is why I did it on this new ref sheet. Speaking of which, the last time I drew her a ref sheet was a long time ago, so for this video I thought we'd do a new one. And with all the little changes I've made since the last one, I sat down and compiled them all into one piece. When you have a Sona, you're obviously going to be drawing them a lot, so over time they're going to change with your art and taste. This is exactly what happened here. So let's move on to some questions I get asked a lot. Again, the big one, what programs do I use? Everybody asks this question, and I will admit I get tired of answering it because it's in the description of every single one of my videos. I use Krita. It's free and really good. I have a video on how I use Krita as well as what brushes I use listed in the description. I really only use Krita these days, but in the past I've also used Fire Alpaca and Autodesk Sketchbook. And Autodesk Sketchbook is a very good beginner-friendly program. As for the other facts about me, I love animals. I have cats and dogs right now, and I want a leopard gecko and fishies because fishies are cool. I love avocados. I hate bananas. I don't like sports or video games, but I've done some neat VR stuff. You can find me on DeviantArt and Redbubble, but that's really it for now. If you'd like to commission me, commissions are open currently. I don't know about the future, but right now they are, and DA is the place to go to find that. I mostly do speed paints, and I have a video series called What's Its Face where I talk about art and Wings of Fire. Sometimes I do PNVs and animatics, but those take a while, so they're a bit more scattered. I'd love to do animation memes, but in order to do an animation meme, you gotta know how to animate, so we're working on that one. Other questions people ask. Do I read all the comments? Yes, I still do read all the comments. It's my favorite part of this job, and I hope to be reading comments for a long time to come. Why do I post at midnight? This one actually not so much anymore, but I post videos every Sunday, and in the past I would schedule them to go public at like the first minute of Sunday morning, because I really like to wake up to all the comments. Now they're set to schedule at noon, because I had a lot of people who were saying that they were staying up late because of me, and yeah, call me an old lady, but I don't want people staying up late because of me, because, sleep is important, guys. Will I be live streaming again soon? Yes, live streams are super random though, and I don't leave them up afterwards, so I don't know when, and you probably won't realize it unless you make it to the live stream. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this answered some of the questions that I know you guys have. So until next week, I will see you around.